Are we looking at each other or the camera?
Could look wherever you want. God gave you eyes to see whatever you want.
Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to lean back, but this chair got bird poop on it. I ain't gonna lie.
Like lean back, like.
No, I was like going to lean back in my chair regular. Hold on. I think I'm going to change my, I want to change my chair. Nah, not like that. Just.
Bird poop. Oh, you know your bag.
There we go.
We're
That's
back,
better.
guys.
Whew. Welcome to Loving Yours here. Here, right here. With me and Jazz.
Yeah.
So we really just wanted to sit down and make this video, this first video, to let y'all know like how we got started. And I think it's really crazy how it got started because it started with our relationship. And you know, Jazz, you can let me know, correct me if I'm, but we had like a little disagreement one time. You know, you could call it an argument, whatever you want to call it, a little disagreement, little mishap, right? One of our first ones, right? Because we've been dating,
The very first one.
like we haven't been dating that long. We've been dating like a couple months now, right? So the aftermath of that disagreement, or you know, that mishap, we were just having a conversation about like, I guess how your friends can influence your relationship, and as far as how you communicate through these different problems you have with your partner. And that's kind of where the conversation started. We was talking about how, you know, your friends can influence how you respond to your significant other in times of disagreeing with them, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of led to us having this whole conversation about how to love each other, but also love your friends, like you loving your significant other's friends from that place, like knowing how to be in a relationship and have a relationship with them too, like have some type of connection with them. And so we just started talking about that, and like it grew to like, you know,
This.
now that it really grew to this, like now that you're in a relationship, how do you navigate that love with your significant other, one, but then you have to realize like, okay, how does my relationship with my friends change now that I have a girlfriend? How does my relationship with her friends change? Like what does that mean? Even with our parents, with our family, like how does a relationship change all that? And so yeah, it was kind of funny because we was like, dang, we're really learning how to love what you have, like learning how to love yours. So Jazz ended up saying, I forgot where was you at when you said it?
I was at Michael's, and I think the first name that we came up with for the podcast wasn't it like loving your
20s?
Loving your 20s.
Yeah.
We were like, we want to make something for everybody. So I was like, the first thing I said was living in your 20s.
Yeah.
That's what it was going to be. And then we were like,
loving, I think you said somewhere in the story you was like loving yours. I forgot why you said it or what, but I was just like, yo, that's it, that's the name.
Yeah, he was like that's that, and he was like, that's it, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, that's the name. So we came up with loving yours here.
Loving yours here.
Yeah.
And
for all ages.
Yep, for all ages. So yeah, man, we're here to really have the conversation as far as, you know, how to navigate life, how to navigate these uncomfortable situations as you grow. Most of those conversations start when you're in your 20s, or at least the things that happen to you in your 20s, like that's what starts that conversation at least, or creates the need for it. So and me and Jazz, we're in our 20s, you know. I'm like halfway out of mine, but
getting up there.
All right, chill. But yeah, we really wanted to touch on that because your 20s is already like, loving your 20s stood out because we was like, wow, your 20s
that's
is
your
like
prime.
Yeah, that's your prime. Like everybody talks about their 20s like, bro, that's like the best years of your life.
Yeah.
But it's also like we don't want to take away the attention from the fact that your 30s can be the best time of your life. Your 40s can be some of the best times of your life. It doesn't matter what age you are. We want to show people how to navigate life and understand where they are, who they are, and where they're going. And most of all, how to love where they at. So
Yep. Love yourself. Love everyone else.
yep.
So yeah, this is what we came up with.
Yeah, so I think most of all, we're really just here to have fun. Cause like me and Jazz, we do a lot of stuff together. We have a lot of fun together. That's one thing.
Yeah.
That's really
We
cool
do a
about our
lot.
relationship. Yeah.
We're really similar. Like we're both adventurous, so you're gonna see our vlogs.
My bad. It was something on me, bro. I don't know what that was, but anyways, we here, loving yours here.
Loving yours here.
So babe, like tell me, like, what do you think is so like what do you think you're gonna enjoy most about this process, even us building this channel, like building this thing together?
Really, I'm really most excited about like growing with someone else as a person because most of my relationships I've never done anything like this. So this is a first time experience, and I can't wait to see where this goes and all the content we're gonna make, all the ideas, because we both have really years worth of ideas
Yeah.
of stuff we're gonna film, and I can't wait to spend it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. Um and really like I was just gonna say this like this like kind of like an off camera moment, but like we can just like you could talk to me too. Like
Oh,
if
okay,
that's
not the
if-
camera?
Yeah. Like my body is facing the camera so they can see me, but like
Okay, so like this.
so that you could if that makes you more comfortable,
Yeah, 'cause
we
I
make
feel
it
a little
more
awkward, just
yeah,
like,
just like hey guys, yeah.
Yeah,
It take
but I'm
time
talking
getting
to
used
you,
to
yeah.
it's better,
Yeah.
right? So yeah. And that's
Oh,
how we'll
yeah.
do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Am I doing good?
Yeah, you're doing great. Yep.
Okay.
So, but I noticed that because I feel that too sometimes, like just talking to the camera, talking to an audience that's not there, it feels like what?
Yeah.
Like who am I talking to? But
Okay.
nah, I think I'm really excited about like taking all the trips and having fun, but most of all, like I'm really just excited for all of it. Honestly, I can't put my
Yeah.
finger on one thing. Like
It's a lot.
it's the fact that we're learning how to be in our 20s, how to love in our 20s, and how to enjoy it
Mm-hmm.
all at the same
And
time.
spread a message to people while
Yeah.
we're doing it.
Yeah. So, and that's big. That's pretty impactful when you can serve people through what you do, like your actions. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people gonna look at this and be like, dang, like they, it changes their perspective on the time of their life that they're in right now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No.
I'm sorry.
She was waiting for that. What was I gonna say? But yeah, man, we here. We decided to just come outside and make some content. Before shooting this video, we sat down. We had several conversations, a couple different workshops around like what building this brand meant. How does it look? What does it mean to us? What is our relationship with building a brand together as a couple? You know what I'm saying? Because like that's not something that that's just like easy to do. It's not something that you should just wing. You know what I'm saying? Even though this is our first time ever doing it, I think we also talked a little bit about like adding more purpose to our relationship. That kind of also led to this.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
before we made this brand, it was getting to a point where it was like,
I think that was really most of the
Yeah.
conversation now that I think of it.
yeah.
You was telling me that you was like the relationship, not that it was bad, but it was just like we kind of just do the regular mundane things, kind of sort
like
of.
go out.
Yeah.
We have good conversations, but I feel like the brand really like sparked everything.
Mhm.
Like I feel like this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Really good for our relationship in that
That
case.
too.
Yeah, like
yeah. That
brings us
especially.
closer.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I remember I was telling Jazz about this. Boy, No, you got to go.
Yeah, you getting bit up. I don't have nothing.
Nah, it was like a beetle. I hope he all right. I smacked him a little hard. I ain't gonna. I smacked him hard. He over there somewhere. I ain't mean to do that, but um,
Mm.
I remember telling you about this podcast I watched. And J5 had showed me. It was an interview with Alex Hormozzi, and he was talking about his relationship with his wife and how they did
Mm.
business together, and that added more purpose to their relationship versus just having a chemistry attraction, a chemical attraction to their partner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to be like, oh, I like you, you like me, I'm attracted to you, you're attracted to me, and all right, let's just be together. It's easy to say that and disregard things that really matter to the relationship, like kind of what we talked about early on, like, before we got together, we had the conversation of like, do you are we sure we want to do this? Because it's like, yeah, we like each other right now, we fuck with each other right now, but it's like, you don't know how I am on my off days, or
Oh
on my
yeah.
worst days, or like when I'm
Yeah.
not as loving, or when I make mistakes, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, that I think whole that podcast and that idea of adding more purpose to your relationship
Mm.
kind of like led to us. It led to this. It's crazy. So. Hey, look, it's funny because so Jazz, I'll speak for Jazz because she she is, y'all know me, I'm like more the hardcore content creator. Like, I'm out here like, yeah, I'm always in front of my camera. But Jazz is new to this whole thing, and she's
Yeah.
like, but she's so dope. Like, this girl is so fire. This girl is so creative, and
Thank
like,
you, babe.
just, I'm telling you, bro, like, I don't think I've had, like, when we actually talk about creating stuff, I don't get that same, you don't get that same excitement with a lot of people. Like,
Right.
it's people that I work with now creatively that, like, we'll collaborate on ideas, but like, with you and with this brand, it's like, when we get to talking about like what we gonna do, and the way the ideas bounce back and forth between us is
Mhm.
dope. Like, it's
Yeah.
really dope.
It'd be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
And we say things and we actually do it. Like, I know that the stuff that we have ideas for, we're gonna actually do. Because there's times where I try to, like, do creative stuff with other people, and it was just like we never actually got to it. So
Yeah.
we can finally live out what we actually want to do.
Yep. Yeah, it's dope.
'Cause I know he's serious about his work. So
Serious. Serious. Sorry, no. But yeah, so yeah, we decided, today we're gonna film our first video. And a lot of times people really just need to, sometimes we have these big lofty goals, and that we, things that we want to achieve, but we don't know how to get started. And it really takes just taking that first step. Like, the first step for us was making the pages, like
yeah,
creating all the social
and
media
that's so
pages.
simple.
So simple, but it got the ball rolling, and we started like coming up with more stuff and more. The more you walk that path, you take a step further, you start to see more things, more ideas get revealed to you, more possibilities. And then I think the next step after that was like taking that photo,
Yeah.
and making putting a face to the name,
Mhm.
and that really like made it official. Like, okay, we really
Now
doing
now we
this.
really can start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we here. What are what are some things you're looking forward to from this?
Traveling.
Traveling, yeah.
I can't wait to do vlogs. I like to go on
Everywhere.
adventures everywhere. I love to go everywhere. So I really can't wait till we start taking trips together and putting out content for y'all to see. Another thing I can't wait for is to start the actual. Should I mention the clothing
Yeah. Nah.
brand?
Yeah, we keep that on the wraps for now.
Okay, that's
Don't get, we don't, yeah, give them too much.
yeah.
And we'll cut all these times, like whenever we talking like this, like when we break out a script like that, like that's stuff that we'll
Don't
cut out
cut
and stuff.
out.
So don't worry about that being in
Okay.
there. Yeah, no, I feel that. I was also gonna say, when you said the traveling, looking forward to the traveling, we also realized like people love seeing us together, and like we know we have a great time going out together and stuff, but when we actually share that with the world, like in the reels that we drop, of us spending a day with, come spend a day with us, and those little pieces of content showing y'all what it's like to be with us throughout the day, like we got a big response out of there. Like a lot of people loved seeing that. And so I think, to your point, like traveling and taking people with us on our journey, I'm really excited about that. But also to like, I think this whole thing is it's structured so well that it's like helping us build our relationship in a really healthy way. Like it's dope. It's really dope. So trying to think. If you got any questions for me, you feel free to ask me. Even if it's just stuff that you're like curious about, like,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Give me a second.
Okay. Hey yo, you're
hold on.
funny. Bro, my knees are out. I hope they not ashy on this camera. I got the thighs out. Ooh.
Ooh, hold on. I'm talking.
Yeah, we're gonna have to touch it up in the video edit. They
Oh,
looking
man.
ashy.
Yeah. Did you already say what you're most excited about?
Kinda sorta, yeah.
Okay, you got that.
Ain't gotta be deep either.
Okay.
I know I be all deep with my shit all the time.
So scared.
Jazz like,
when you
oh my
ask me,
god.
I'm like, oh my god. I gotta think. Because and that's one thing too.
No, you could.
I mean, I
it's
can't.
yeah, it's whatever.
One
We
thing-
here.
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
like, okay, so we're doing the podcast, right? I'm listening to Chris. I listen to Chris all the time, and I'm like, fuck. he be sounding so smart and so like intellectual, like using these big words. I'm like, god damn.
Doofenshmirtgen.
What
Sorry, no.
about- I
I don't even
know.
know if that's a word.
That's fucking.
Yeah, I know it is, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of too. Wait, what's his name? He be
The platypus?
yeah, that is his name.
Yeah, Doofin.
I get him and Mr. Crocker mixed up a little bit
Mr.
from
Crocker's
from
fine.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they kind of the same character.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying like I was a little nervous about doing the podcast because I'm like, but really the best advice I just get to myself is I don't have to sound like
Yep.
fucking Bill Gates.
Oprah Winfrey.
Oh yeah, it's right. Yeah, exactly. This isn't at the Ellen show. Like
Yeah.
I can just be myself, speak freely
Mhm.
how I speak. I don't have to like go
Yeah.
read a dictionary before I
Right.
come on the podcast.
Honestly, that's why that's what I enjoy most about my podcast with Solo Dolo is like I listen to other podcasters like Jay Shetty, for example, and I think like that sometimes too. Like they be talking about like kind of the same topics as far as like self-help and like self-awareness and spirituality, but they talk about it in like a very professional context.
Yeah.
Like they be bringing on people that done research and all that type of shit. I be like, yo, all right, with all that,
now,
look,
hold on.
all I know is all I know. Like I can only speak from my experience, and that is good enough. Like my experience is good enough. Your experience is good enough. Like because somebody is gonna resonate. Somebody's gonna resonate with what you just said and feel more comfortable doing the podcast for themselves now because
Yeah.
that pressure of feeling like, oh, I gotta sound like this person. Like at the end of the day, I'm still from DC. Like I grew up in Northeast DC. Like I talk like I code switch a lot because of all the things I've been through. Like you may hear me talk different in different settings because I've adapted to different settings a lot of the times. But like that's like when I'm with my niggas from Atlanta, I'm like I sound a little bit like an Atlanta nigga, just a little bit. When I'm with people I know from New York, I be like, yo, you're. I'm like, yo, who was that?
Who
Like,
are you?
like, then when I go back to DC, I'm like, real live mode, like, stop playing me, bro. Like, I'm like, damn,
Yeah, 10
fucking
different
chameleon.
right.
So, but yeah, and I appreciate you like sharing that with them because it's like that type of vulnerability on a podcast, like showing like the insecurities that we have and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like I like to touch on that type of stuff on a platform like this because that's the stuff that people. Those are the conversations they have in their head and don't really tell nobody. Like they just thinking about it. So when you say it, they like, bro, yeah, I feel like that too. Like, yeah. Yeah. Jazzy is great. Jazzy's the best. It's lit over here. If you don't know,
Love
you
it
just
here.
don't know. This girl is hilarious. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we didn't really want to make this video long-winded or anything. Um, it looked like we just hit 20 minutes on the recording.
Really?
Yeah. I know some of it
Not
we going to cut
bad.
out, but like
Yeah.
this was a cool little,
This is a good first video.
yeah, good first video. It don't really take much to, like you said, get started. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
It's not
right.
going to be perfect in the way that you think, but people want to see what we have to offer. So give people what
Do
they
what
want,
you can. Yeah.
do what it do.
Do what it do.
And remember, at the end of the day, we just
We're
here to
just here to
have
have
fun.
fun. Hell no.
Yo.